Welcome to episode 2 of My Beautiful Nightmares. My name's Kita, and today we're going to be talking about cons. I just got back from a Comic-Con this past weekend in Knoxville. It was a fanboy one. The big guest there was Gene Simmons. Friday night there was a Kiss cover band. They did really good. Have to applaud. They did really good. Turn around at the back door. Gene Simmons was standing right behind me. So it was great to see him. He was a little taller than I expected in person. But anyways, it was awesome that I got to meet Gene Simmons. On my elevator ride Saturday morning, I got to meet Darth Vader. Talked to him for a little bit. It was the one from the new Star Wars. He did Harry Potter, Werewolf, and a bunch of others. I'm not really a Star Wars fan. I don't follow, but it was great that I got to meet that guy. The guy. Really nice guy. Saturday night, there was the Kimberly and Tommy, Amy Jo, and JDF. I met them. Great people. Loved them. I talked to them for about 15-20 minutes. Jason gave me a free autograph picture. Usually, you know, the pictures cost $30. If you want a selfie pic with them, it's $10 with your own phone. So we'll talk about that shortly. But I've been to 11 cons. I mainly go to anime conventions since they're a little bit more cheaper than Comic Cons. Haven't been to no furry cons. Planning to next year. I want to go to FWA and Anthrocon. So I want to keep my eyes out for them too. It'll be my first one. So cross your fingers and we'll pray that next year I'll be able to. But I'm going to go show you all my badges of the conventions I've been to. I've been to 11. Like I said, all of them were anime cons. So we're going to start off with this one. It's this one was actually a button before they went to badges. This one was MTAC. It was here in Nashville. One of my favorite ones I go to. The crowd is it's gotten a whole lot better. MTech had a bad rep for them. We got kicked out of 3 hotels, but it's getting a little bit better. Security's doing a lot better. Like 30 years ago, someone spiked the fruit punch at the after party and a bunch of people overdosed. So we got kicked out of that one. There was one like 5 years ago. Somehow people got on this chandelier and was swinging from it, destroyed hotel rooms. So for MTech we had a bad reputation, but it's getting better. People are more like welcoming us back to their hotels. But MTech's probably one of my favorite ones to go to. It's because it's local. I mean, it's like 20 minutes from here in Nashville. Then we got this one. This one is, I love the ABC. Anime Blues is probably my top 30 of my favorite ones to go to. I do a cosplay as Vegeta there. I mean, people know me as Vegeta. There's a Dragon Ball Z group there. There's 5 of us. And it seems like we grow every year, which is always nice. It's in Memphis. The environment's really nice. Great hotel staff if you're staying at the hotel. Only thing I hate about this is you have to pay for parking at the hotel. I mean, I think it's BS when hotel charges for parking. It's like $15 to park your night $15 per night to park your vehicle. It's ridiculous, but you know, what can you do about it? Uh, the people are great there. Love the cosplays that they have every year. Costume contests. I met Piccolo and a bunch of other people. And what I love about anime cons is they hardly don't charge for autographs. You get one free autograph usually. Chris Sabat I met. He's the voice actor at Vegeta and a bunch of others. I met him at Yamacon. Here it is. Not yeah, Yamacon. It's in Gatlinburg, here in Tennessee. Where is it? It's. Well, I want to show you these three badges since they're together. Come on, you can do it. Again, that one is. So this one's the Yamacon. It was my first one I've been to of this one. Really nice. Then it's like feels like it has a more kid PG friendly. The raves, okay. I mean, you know, it's a party, and you know, can't really, you know, can't complain about what they, you know, try and keep it all friendly and safe for the kids. You know, it just has that environment of, you know, the kid environment, which is always good. Because, you know, usually when you get the people that lets the conventions get like PG-13, you know, running around, it brings in the bad, you know, the bad crowd, and it brings everything down. Then I got, which one is this one? MTech, again. This one's in Nashville, Middle Tennessee AnimeCon. Really like that one. And this one was Homicon. Here it is. Yeah, this one was Homicon. It's out there in Alabama, Birmingham. It was my first one out of state. Loved it. The convention hall or whatever was not that big. It was just one big square you walked around. I mean, one loop, you've seen everything. The dealer's room was in the place with it. It just seemed like it was not as organized as other conventions are. Again, this one's in Homicon, is in Alabama, Birmingham. Usually the end of June. I would go back. I can't say it's my favorite. It's probably my top, near the bottom of my list. I've been to 11, so yeah, I'll probably put near the end of my list. ABC Anime Blues Con is usually July 4th, you know, usually around in the first or second week of July. MTech is usually Easter weekend. Again, here's ABC. I mean, their badges are so adorable. I love them. So cute. And then again, you know, I just went to the Comic Con here in Knoxville. So, loved it, enjoyed it. Expensive. So, MTech's here in Nashville. It's Easter weekend. Homicon is usually the end of June. It's in Birmingham. ABC Blue, Anime Blues Con is usually in the first or second week of July. And this was my first convention of oh my gosh, went blank. Comic-Con Fanboy. Yeah, that was my first one. Then there was another one. I think it was one of these badges. But it was Akai Con here in Nashville, and I believe it's September, August, sometime in August here in Nashville. Uh, Again, I think it's run by the same people who does MTAC. So great environment, but it brings in the like Akai Con has a different feel for it than MTech. MTech's crowd seems more childish. Akai seems more adultish. I don't know what it is about the two, but I guess just the rep that MTech has that, it just holds on to it. But if you go to any of these, I'd love to see y'all there. Comic Cons, I find they have tons of comic books, action figures. I mean, this was my first one I went to, and there was action figures everywhere. It was like Toys R Us on steroids. Comic books at every booth, toys in every booth. I mean, it was just massive of mountains of toys. So if you're looking to go to a Comic Con, save. Save, save, save. Because you want to find stuff you want to buy. You want autographs. And usually their autographs starts off at $30. Depending who they are. The cheapest one I saw was 30, and that was like Jason's, NSYNC, Kimberly, Amy Jo, who doesn't know who the Pink Ranger is. Then you had like Gene Simmons. This was like $60, $90 for an autograph, just for one. So, first time I went, I bought the Power Ranger package. I bought all these little Power Ranger stuff because I thought, for $200, he should have signed all this stuff. I mean, it was only like 7 stuff. I mean, I think that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. There, 7. I can count. But you bought all this. I bought all this stuff. Like, it was a bunch of pictures and 2 pops. And I thought he would sign, be able to sign them. So I get to the booth, and the woman that was working at the table with him, his agent, I won't say agent, I'm sure it wasn't really his agent, but the woman that was working the booth, she's like, asked for my card, so I gave her the card since I bought the package. And she's like, okay, you get 1 autograph, you get to pick. So I got a prop signed, the dark sword or whatever, a sword signed by him. And standing there looking around, someone spent $150 to get all this stuff signed by him. And it's like, man, if I had $150 to spend on stuff to get autographs, I got better things to buy. But anyways, it's great that he was there. So be prepared to spend a lot of money, because you can cut some really good deals. If you're going to buy anything, wait till Sunday. And this just goes for any conventions, anime or Comic Cons, and probably furry and whatever other cons you go to. Wait till Sunday, because you can cut deals. One of my friends, he bought 2 toys, a Wolverine and someone else, a Spawn character, both for like $20, when he was asking $35 for Wolverine and 15 for the Spawn or whatever. But so just wait to buy anything on Sundays, unless if you have to have it, which we all get that urge to buy. Love the artwork. Always make sure you stop by the people who sit there selling their art and tell them how, just praise them, because their artwork is amazing and they spend so much time on it. So if you can, always buy artwork, because that's one thing I always do. When I go to conventions, I always buy at least 1 artwork from one of them. And I always pick up a card from the others. So if I do look forward to buy some art, I have their stuff because they work so hard on it and it looks so good. I mean, I wish I'd never quit drawing myself. I need to get back into it. So, uh, anime cons, there's usually always plushies, blankets you can buy, uh, wall scrolls, anime figures, etc. You don't really get too many action figures, and I don't think I've ever seen comic books at any of the conventions I've been to. But you get a lot of mangas, so I guess that takes up the comics, since it is anime, so you're going to get more of the mangas. You do get people selling their art books, comic books and stuff that they came up with. And usually Saturday night they'll have a ballroom dance, and Saturday night is the rave, which I always go to a ballroom dance. Usually they want you dressed formal, but sometimes they usually let people in that's not dressed formal near the end, and it kind of ruins the atmosphere. So I've had some bad experience with some ballroom dancing. Raves, they're usually always really nice to go to. MTech is the only one that I went to and everything just went bad, like, overdosing on someone spiking the punch. That happened one year, and now they have security at the doors and everything patting you down. It's sad that they have to go through all that just to be able to have a party like that. And Sunday, you wake up and they have the end of the end of the everything. So always buy on Sundays if you're planning on to buy anything. That's your best deals. Let's see. Comic cons. Very nice, very expensive, long lines to see all these guests. Friday night they had a Kiss cover band. They did really good. They had a bunch of different panels. I didn't really go to the panels. I was there more for the photo ops and stuff. I love getting pictures made. That's why I love going to anime conventions. Because anime conventions versus Comic Cons, cosplays, anime cons is usually everybody's cosplaying. Where Comic Con, you do have cosplays, but not as many. It's like 10 out of 100 versus 90 out of 100. So if you love cosplay, you love taking pictures of cosplays, I recommend anime cons. Not saying that there wasn't none at the Comic Cons, because there was some beautiful some cosplays there. I love meeting cosplayers. But the dealer room was huge. There was about 60 booths, and everyone seemed like they had the same thing but different prices. So when you go to any dealer rooms, scout the area first, price check, then execute. So it's scout, price check, and execute. And usually Sunday is when you'll buy. Sunday should be the one day you should only buy, because you can cut really good deals, because they don't want to carry as much stuff back home as they can. But yeah, then Saturday night there was an after party. Didn't really get to go long. I went there and there was more of a line to the bar than anything else. So the party was alright, but I do prefer the anime conventions the rave versus the Comic-Con party, after party. The guests were really nice to here. The staff was really nice, friendly, helpful. I mean, it should be like that with at every convention. Is they should. I mean, we all been there where we had one con we went to. The staffing was great. The hotel was great. Everything was perfect. Where we go to another one, staffing's horrible. The location's not that great. Or the location's great, the convention's great, but the staffing is horrible. So it just brings everything, takes the experience from here to here. And it's sad that it does that. You get that feeling. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a good night, and welcome to my beautiful nightmare.